Alright, judging by the title and thumbnail, you probably already know who I think the perfect character is, and my opinion about him. But I think many people might, believe that I'm talking about the best character in the game, which probably isn't true. I mean, the character is probably like maybe one of the best, but I wouldn't say like in terms of damage they're the best character, or like in terms of how good their supporting is the best character, because there's people like Nuvolette, Arlecchino, Bennett, Kazuha, and a bunch of others. All those units are good, right, in their own way, or well, at their job, which is either main DPS or support. But anyways, I'm trying to tell you who the perfect character is, right? In my opinion, it's Furina, just because she has like a role everywhere, basically. She can do combat really well, support really well, or heal like decently well, and she also explore pretty well too, right? So first, she has the guppies that do like a good amount of damage if you build them right, or if you build her right, I mean. Then you have the heal, which is based off her HP, which she needs in order to make the guppies do damage. And the heal isn't like too amazing. I'd still prefer doing the DPS guppies over the healing one. And then third, the ult, which gives your team a damage boost, which is really good. Fourth, you have the fact that she can utilize one of the artifact sets to make them like work really well, because not a lot of characters can like decrease or increase their HP that fast, but with Furina's like E, you can do that pretty easily. So you get 36% crit rate for free, and that makes character building a lot easier, right? Less mid-maxing and whatnot. Then you have the fifth one, which is the ability to walk on water, which is really good for exploring. And since I'm talking about Genshin, right, it's mainly a combat and exploring type of game. I guess story too, but that's not really what I'm talking about. And since it's mainly combat and exploration focused, she has 4 things that help with combat, right? The heal, the damage, the buff, and 36 crit rate if you ever want to build another character, right? Which you probably do, because you're not going to use Furina alone. And then you have the water walking, which is really good because there's water almost everywhere, and swimming is slow, and using that much like I guess stamina in water, it's stupid anyway. You also have the fact that Furina can like go into any team really. I mean, her guppies just give you free damage, right? And then the damage boost is just for anyone, and it's not like Bennett where it's like only attack, or it's not like a certain element only, which makes it so good. And with a lot of like the new characters, or I won't say new characters, but like a lot of like the really good DPS, like it's either fully focused on attack or like fully focused on HP, and there's not really like a good unit that does like both, unlike Furina, where it's like, oh, she could just go into like either team, and it's like whatever you want, you can just slaughter in, and it's like free whatever percent of damage boost she gives. Like, yeah, Furina's never gonna give you like the same amount of supporting or like healing or sub DPS damage as like some other characters, but it's just the fact that she can do it just makes her so perfect, I guess, because you only need one character, and you basically have like what Bennett can do, but a little bit better. What, I don't know, maybe like, what's a good healer? I don't know who really uses healers. I don't know, like I would say Siegeween, but like I don't know how she really works because I don't have her. But if Siegeween heals like, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know what's like high or low, maybe like 15k per whatever, maybe that's good, I don't know. But like, or you say like a Jean ulti, right? You have Jean ulti, you probably heal like 15ish k or something. I mean, with Furina's healing version of her like guppy, it's probably like 3k per, depending on your HP, which is like, it's not amazing, right? It's not like extremely high to where it's like, oh, you're like 0 to 100 like instantly, but you still have that option being there, which makes her like so good in my opinion. But it's not like oh, you gotta get Furina, you gotta pull for this character because she just she just does everything, right? It's like, if you like her, you get her, if you don't like her, you don't get her. Like, it is what it is, okay? It's just the fact that she can do all these things that makes her like a perfect unit, in my opinion, right? Because you have no one character that can do what Furina can, right? Like with Bennett, sure, you have like the damage boost, but you don't get like the sub DPS damage, the exploration help, like quality of life, I mean. You don't get to use like the 36% like crit rate for free, and you don't get the heat. Actually, no, you do get the healing. Bennett's healing is pretty good, but yeah, you don't get the other 4 options, right? Because, oh, actually, I guess 3. But I think Furina's like damage buff is a bit better than Bennett's in my opinion, but still, it's like basically comparable, right? Same with like Kazuha, because he does like shred and he boosts your damage, right? But like he can't like keep doing damage off field, right? Like his ulti does a good amount, right? It stays there for a while, but it's not like as long as Furina's, you know. And like a lot of these characters, like besides, you know, Bennett and Kazuha, like they can't utilize the Mario Shosei set. Like I know I'm like really fixated on this set, but it's like it's really good to make building characters easier, right? And her being on your team, just allowing you to do that, makes it so easy. Since it's 36% crit rate, and you probably only need to build like maybe the helmet, and then everything else could just be like crit damage or whatever, right? Or you could just like run a crit damage circlet, and then, you know, get like a little bit more crit rate on some of the pieces, and it'll be fine. But I think being able to have a character that allows you to use an artifact set that just gives you 36% crit rate for free, so you can like focus on other types of what's it called, stats, so you don't have to go like too crazy on like crit rate, and you can dish out more damage since you're, you know, building more for like, I don't know, attack, HP, crit damage, or whatever, right? And all of this, you know, being so accessible just because you have like one single unit that allows you to do this for free. You know what I mean? Which is, I don't know, it makes her so like well made, since she does like 5 different things for you, even though you're probably not even gonna use like 2 of them, but still, like, again, like having the option to be there is good. But the thing is, like, I also don't believe that the Mario Shosei set is like all that, right? Like, it's good if you're starting off and you're farming Golden Troop for Furina because she uses it, and with Golden Troop, like, I don't know, like 5 other people use it too, right? And then you could just use like Mario Shosei on like some DPS that you use with Furina, because she just goes in almost any team already, right? And then you have like to worry less about crit rate, and then just build like other types of damage. So then like your damage numbers are like a lot higher, and you clear a lot easier as well because of that. But anyways, I think that's about it. I mean, I don't really have much else to say about Furina. I think overall, like even design wise, I think she's like amazing. She does almost everything that you need, and her being like a single unit that could do all of that makes her really good. Like, if you ever decide to pull for her, then, you know, maybe think about it. Unless you really don't like her, then don't. But again, right, I think in terms of like, you know, the meaning of perfect, I think out of all the characters in the game, I think Furina suits that the most, right? I don't really think there's like a way to change my mind about that. I feel like, you know, like depending on like if you skip the video or not, like I think people will think like, oh, Furina's definitely not the best because she doesn't do the most damage, right? And it's like, it's not that, it's not her doing the most, it's her being able to do everything, right? And she does everything, unlike some other units, right? But yeah, she like like honestly, she doesn't do the most damage, right? Obviously not, but she can do everything, okay? And that's what matters, right? But yeah, this wasn't scripted or anything, right? So this is all kind of like on the top of my head. But if I missed something, whichever I did, then it is what it is. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. And you know, I hope my however long yap session is okay. And again, Furina's like the perfect character. Nothing will change my mind. And if I forgot something, which I probably did, because I don't like study on this stuff, then, you know, it is what it is. But yeah. That's it from me.